Welcome back to the Circuit Revival, where today we're going to take a look at this USB Bluetooth headband. It belongs to my wife. She basically can't sleep without them. So she said this one has just stopped charging. So I'm anticipating either the batteries or the charging port has gone on it. So we just need to get the little box out of here. So there's a little kind of hole at the back here, which I imagine you then need to just feed this round to get to it, because we can't see anything through the actual headband. So we'll feed this round. Right. There it is. It's got two little headband pieces attached to one side, so we'll do that as well. There we go, and there it is. So you can see it's just a few buttons. We've got on off. Although saying that, maybe it's not actually an issue with the charging. This on off button seems like it's not working. So we just get the front. Oh no, maybe there's not actually a button there. Let's take a look at the charger port. Okay, it does look a little bit damaged actually. Let's bring the microscope round and we'll hope to see a bit clearer through that. So, okay, so here we are just under the microscope, and there is the USB port. So you can see there the end bit has snapped off. So as we suspected, it is the USB port. So all we need to do is try and get into this. So I'm guessing it's just clipped shut. So hopefully we can just get between these two sides. So I imagine with most things like this, they're not actually designed to be fixed. So there's a chance we might have to sort of break it open slightly, but we'll try to see if we can get this pry tool in there. Okay, there we go. And I think it broke slightly there. See if we can see where that bit came off of. So there's the port. So you've got the battery that just folds up behind, and then it leads to the two speakers on either side. So that broken bit looks like it just came off of one of the mounting points on the side. So we should hopefully be alright with that. So we'll just start by trying to get this battery off, because we don't want that causing any issues. So see, there's just 2 points. It's got battery plus and battery minus on there, so we'll just get those off. Try and move these speaker cables out of the way. It should be quite easy to get off because the wires are quite small. And there we go. Just put that battery off to the side. And then I'll just have to have a look and see whether I've got the right kind of port for this. So I've got here just a box of a bunch of different micro USB ports. So we'll try and see if we can match one up with what's in there. Okay, so I've got this one. This looks the closest to it. It almost looks, I'd say, identical. If we come a bit closer, you can see they pretty much look exactly the same. So I think this is the right one. So we just need to get this off to begin with. So for this, I think we'll try using hot air. I think I'll have to come in over the top, because I think the bottom where those switches are is going to be a bit risky otherwise. Now I don't think it should take too much to get this off because it's quite thin, but we'll bring it under the microscope. Okay, so here we are under the microscope. We'll just use hot air to get this off. So I'll start by adding a bit of flux around it. Okay, so that's the old port off, and with that old port off I can confirm they are identical, they're exactly the same. So what we'll do is we'll just come in with a bit of leaded solder and we're just going to add it to this, which hopefully should make it a bit easier to get the new port on, because it should melt a bit easier. That melted pretty easy anyway, but this way it should hopefully melt nice and quickly, and then we can just get that new port straight on. So I've got the new port ready here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to heat that up again, and then when it gets molten we're just going to drop this in place. Okay, so we can just check over the top of that. It looks flat to the board. Mounting points look good, and the legs look maybe like they're not quite connected as well as they could be. So that side looks good, but I think maybe some of them are just slightly high. So what we'll do is we'll just come in with the soldering iron, we'll just run a bit of solder over each of those pins. Just check that. Okay, they seem pretty good to me there. So what we just need to do is come back in and resolder the battery back in. Start with positive. And then minus. Okay, batteries attached back in. Now I don't have a micro USB adapter for the ammeter here, so we'll just go back to the old one here and see whether this is taking a charge. So we can see it showing at 5 volts. Hopefully if we plug this in we should get a draw. Okay, 0.4 up to 0.15, and we've got a charging light there. Amazing, that looks like that's all sorted. So we need to get this back together into the box and then double check it. Okay, so we're all back in again there. So we'll just double check the charging. So you can actually get to the charger port here through the inside of it. You can just see that's there. So we just bring our charger back in. And then plug in for 14. And we can see we've still got that red charger light shining through there. So next thing we need to do is just make sure it still plays music. So that's made a noise. You probably won't hear it through the microphone, but let's just connect it to a phone and then I can hold it up to the mic and hopefully we'll hear this. Yeah, I think we're connected there. So we'll just play some music. And then we can press play. I'll stop. Play again. And volume down. So that's all fixed. So we get to add another one to the fix list here, and that makes it 4 for 4 so far. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.